What's up, guys? Valence Ring here, bringing you a second video today because of the big update that 37 Games did for Puzzles and Survival. And the first one I did was on the Alliance Trials, and this is the most important one, maybe, depending upon how you look at it. This video is going to be all about Nanoweapons. Alright, so I do want to make a couple quick notes. One, if this isn't in your state yet, don't worry. They do sometimes push some of these releases to earlier states and then release them later in other states. But for the record, I think that it should be in all states at this point in time. So, if it's not, though, don't worry, I'm sure it'll come out to you soon. Just like the video and save it for later, and you can watch it later. Or you can watch it now, and then you'll know. Other than that, also, I know a lot of free-to-play players or players that, you know, might be freaking out. Do I have to spend a lot of money on this? You can see that in the new mall, the new tabs and items. Don't worry about it. From the best of my knowledge, yes, you can get everything for free, and I'll go more into that in a little bit. The last thing I want to mention is, no, I do not have insider information. I log into the game daily just like you guys do. I read all the material, I digest it, and I basically learn as much as I can so that I can give you guys as much information as I can. So I spend hours researching this stuff just so I know as much as possible, and then I use the knowledge I have from this and other games with similar aspects to give you guys this information. So that means two things. One, I can always be wrong and make mistakes, so feel free to point out my mistakes, or if I miss anything, always let me know in the comments, and that helps not only me and my channel, but the community at large, because this is all about everybody enjoying this game and having a good time with it. So that being said, again, I don't have any inside information. I'm not sponsored by Puzzles and Survival or 37 Games. This is just information that I collect. So let's dive right in and talk about Nanoweapons. If you might have noticed above your gear factory right now, you can see mine's an exclamation point. But if you logged in and you saw this weird pink triangle and you're like, what on earth is that? It probably got you to click it and go inside. And as you can see, there are nanoweapons. What is going on? This is a big update, and the first thing I want to mention is nanoweapons are geared towards your heroes. So this is something that's going to be able to boost your heroes and nothing else, okay? So it still boosts, whatever the boosts are for the weapon are going to apply, but you have to equip it to a hero, and I'll get more into that in a second. So right here, this is the main tab, as you can see, and you see this timer counting down. I'm crafting this item, which is a 4-star epic terrestrial radar +1. Alright, so that's what that is, and this is the exclusive craft, and I'll talk a little bit more about each of these as we go. But exclusive craft, as you can see, you can scroll through and look at these different items that you can get. This is a 5-star Apex Ocular Drone, and as you can see, its exclusive stats are for Leah only. And let me go back to it. So you can see down there in the middle, it says exclusive stats, equip Leah with it to activate. So this is a weapon that you can put specifically on Leah to get extra bonuses. You can still equip this on other heroes, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. So these are the exclusive crafts, and these are normal crafts. So for those free-to-play players or players that don't want to spend a lot of money, and they're like, well, you know, you have to buy these or win these schematics, these designs, to be able to do the exclusive craft. Well, yes, you can buy them, and you can win them as well for doing different events, and I'll talk more about the events in a minute. One of them would be the Alliance Trials, which I talked about in another video. So doing well in those events will get you some blueprints for these exclusive crafts. Outside of that, just for the record, normal craft, if you read the instructions, does say that you will be able to potentially craft any of the weapons. The most common weapon is going to be this terrestrial radar, and that's basically a generic nano weapon that can be equipped to any hero, and it's going to have the same stats no matter which hero you equip it to. So let's talk a little bit about the epic Apex. What are these? So there's the common weapon, the uncommon, the rare, the epic, and the apex. And you can see the drop rates here. So the normal craft, you know, almost 64% of the time you're going to get a common weapon. Uncommon, you're going to get 25% of the time, so forth and so on. And the exclusive craft, you see, you get a slightly better odds of better weapons, but you can still drop everything from common all the way to apex. Apex obviously is the one that you want. Apex literally means the top. That's the best weapon, and that's where you're basically going to see, you know, these are the Apex versions of this weapon. So just getting this weapon doesn't mean you get the Apex version. So this is the Mace of Terror. This goes on Myers. When you craft this, an exclusive craft, you can still get a common, uncommon, rare, epic, or apex weapon. These stats are for the Apex version, and I do believe that's for +1, but it will show you, and if you go into the cabinet, it'll show you what you get at +25. So a 7-star Apex Deathclaw +25. These are the max boosts for this weapon, and I say max at this time. All right, so this is the initial release. These are the max. So definitely go into your cabinet, which is down here in the bottom, and this will show you all the weapons. You'll notice that all of them are exclusives except for the terrestrial radar, but you can still get an Apex terrestrial radar. Still gives you some good stats for troop stats and hero stats as well. So let's talk a little bit about that really quick. So basically, once you get a weapon, you have two types. You have the terrestrial, which is for anybody, and then you have the exclusives. As you can see here, I did get an exclusive common mace. So this is the 4-star common Mace of Terror. Obviously, you can promote it, and to take it up to 5-star, the max would be 7-star or 2 red star, however you want to call it. And then, of course, you can enhance the level by going into here, and this will, you can enhance to +25. So every time you do enhance it, it obviously goes up. The stats go up, and when you promote it, the stats go up. The one thing I do want to mention is I do not believe that you are able to change it from common to apex. Now, maybe they add something later that allows you to do that, but for right now, I'm going to go under the assumption that you are not able to change the rarity of the item. What does this mean? This means that to get an Apex Mace of Terror, a 5-star epic Mace of Terror, you're going to have to be able to craft it with only a 1.5% chance that you get it. That's important to understand, because if you have this common Mace of Terror, it's never going to be the best. It's never going to be Apex. You can have it 7-star maxed out, but it will never go up in rarity level. Now, I could be wrong on that. Let me know if you find out differently. But, alright, so as you can see, I have the Mace of Terror, which is an exclusive stat to Myers. It says equip Myers with it to activate. At Hero +0, it activates Troop Defense +2, and a Hero +4 activates Troop Attack +2. So all of these actually are activated, but the first one activates at +0, then +2, then +4. So to get all 3 boosts, your hero has to be at least +4. And I can't confirm this yet either, because all my heroes are above it, I believe. But a 5-star hero are the only ones that can take on these new nano weapons, and they have to, I think, be above evolvement level 210. So level 211 and up. Now, I could be wrong on that as well. So if you find differently, let me know. But I do know only 5-star heroes. As you can see, all my 5-star heroes have a plus sign next to them. As you can see, they're also, all of them are above 210, and my 4-stars don't. Now, maybe I don't have any 4-stars above 210. I don't even think you can, because I think the evolution limit is reached. So that being said, you probably have to have them at least level 211. Alright, so moving on. Every 5-star hero has an exclusive that goes with them, and it's this little slot up here in the right, but you can also always equip the terrestrial nano weapon, as you can see here, with Fox having a common terrestrial radar. Now you can also see that I have this uncommon terrestrial radar. You can see the stats are better. So the rarity may be different each time. It's going to be a random drop on the rarity. You want Apex, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to utilize smaller ones, less rarity. Now, that being said, you still want to enhance and promote these because once you get them up high enough, you will be able to dismantle them. So if I was to unequip this and go into the Gear Factory again, Nanoweapons, go to my weapons depot, these are the weapons that I actually have on hand. So here's my Mace of Terror. Click on it, you can see down here where I have the option to dismantle it. And what this means is, let's say, my next time I make a weapon, I end up getting an Apex Mace of Terror. Well, obviously, I'd rather have the Apex evolved and enhanced to where this one is. So I would dismantle this, and it's going to return this enhancement material, okay? But obviously, I don't want to do that because this is the only one I have. So let me cancel out of that and go ahead and re-equip it to Myers. As you can see, when I equip it, my might will actually go up based upon the might of that weapon. All right, so that's pretty much how you're going to use the weapons. Like I said, you can oops, I didn't mean to do that. You can unequip this from Myers, and let's say I want to put it onto Requiem. Can I do that? Yes, absolutely. The difference is, as you can see, the exclusive stats are grayed out. They no longer apply. But if it's the only weapon I have and I got another common Mace of Terror, I can put that on someone temporarily and at least let them get the troop attack boosts and the hero stat boosts. Okay, so it's still beneficial to have something equipped over nothing, but if you can, make sure that you're equipping the exclusive to the hero that it's geared for, and that'll give you those bonus stats that you see down at the bottom. All right, guys, so let's talk a little bit more about how do we get this stuff. How do we get the material? Obviously, you can get it in the mall. They actually created a new tab right here. It's called Nanoweapons, and you can see these designs. These are the Mace of Terror design, the Phoenix Helm, Ice Katana, and the plasma scanner. Now you'll notice these aren't all the designs. There are more designs. There are more heroes with exclusive designs. For instance, Iron Claw has one. All the 5-star heroes have one. So where are they? Well, those are harder to get. These are also, if you notice, common. These are not rare designs. So this means that you're most likely still going to get common, and the rare design just means that you're going to get rare or better. It means you won't get common or uncommon. All right, but these are where you're actually you can pick and pay real money for if you want to get some of these items. And of course, if you go over and check the daily sale, you'll see that right now they're offering these weapon promoters, and these obviously promote a weapon, and then you have the enhanced material, or weapon promoters 2, and then this is the enhanced material, which actually enhances it. So it's very similar to enhancing and evolving, leveling up gear and other things. We have enhanced and promotion material. So that's good to know, and it doesn't look like it's too expensive. So what's this stuff right here? The nano weapon crafting. So this is crafting material. These are called parts, and it's the material required to craft a nano weapon. Now remember, you're going to need so much of that to craft a weapon if you don't have a design, and the design does get used up every time you use it. So it's one design per attempt. If you don't have a design and you just randomly craft, then you're randomly going to get one of the items at any rarity. It could be from common all the way to apex. So that's what that means. These are speed ups. So this will obviously, it's an instant craft. It takes 12 hours to craft a weapon. So that's where you can get some of the material. What about the other ways to get the material? So let's look back in here, material production. Now, you can see there's a speed up button. Now, if this wasn't in progress right now with the timer, it would just go ahead and say produce or craft material. And what you would do is just come into here, come into your gear factory, come into your nano weapons, material production, click that button, and then every 6 hours, it's going to generate more material for you. The type of material depends upon your headquarters level, and it's important to note that you need headquarters and gear factory level 20 to unlock nano weapons. So if you are below headquarters level 20 or gear factory level 20, you're not going to be able to unlock nano weapons yet. So don't worry about it, just keep building up, get to headquarters level 20, then you'll be able to start producing material and getting up to these Apex nano weapons, hopefully. All right, so you're producing material every 6 hours. That means at best case scenario, you're going to get approximately 4 a day if you come on every 6 hours, collect it, and restart the process again on the dot. The best you're going to get is 4 in a day. So realistically, most people can expect to get 2 or 3 of these material productions a day. And like I said, the amount is based on your headquarters level. So I'm headquarters level 30. You can see it's red highlighted. That means I'm getting 30 to 54 material every time the 6 hours is up, and then I have to go collect it and start the process again. So the drop is going to be anywhere between 30 to 54, and as you can see, once you get to level 35, it goes all the way up to 40 to 75. Most people are very far away from that, but hopefully you're somewhere between 25 and 30, or getting up there. So you're going to get as much as you can, but expect it to take around 4 or 5 attempts to have enough material to actually craft a weapon. So now coming in here, it looks like you can do both at the same time, the normal craft and the exclusive craft, and both of them take time. I do believe it's 12 hours. I did this pretty early on, and I still have about 4.5 hours left. So when you do this, you're gonna have to wait for it to drop. But now, as you can see, if you go into the exclusive craft, see how I can scroll through? The same thing happens for normal craft, but once you start lock onto something, it's going to tell you what you're going to get. What I'm definitely going to get at the end of this time is a 4-star epic terrestrial radar. It's a pretty good drop, actually, considering it's not, an exclusive, but the rarity is pretty good. So I would have to, upgrade this if I wanted to, if I don't have the exclusives, and I will probably do that. I'm going to put this probably on Phoenix. But at any rate, the drop is random, but once you start crafting, it will tell you what you're going to get, okay? Then you also can see up here, craft 50 times consecutively to claim rewards. Now, it says consecutively. I'm not really sure what that means because, it's not like they're coming back to back. It might be there's a timeout if you miss a day. I don't know. I don't think so. So it just means once you've crafted 50 times, period, then you're going to get a bonus. And that bonus can be any one of these crafting items, the designs for the exclusive crafting. So see, you'll still be able to get those exclusive crafting items that you want and need, but it's going to be a random drop every 50 times you craft probably a terrestrial radar. So expect to get terrestrial radars 90% of the time, and then occasionally you're going to get lucky and get something else. But after every 50 times, then you will get one of these designs, okay? So you can get any of the designs, at least the common ones: Tesla, Power Fist, Thunder Hammer, Incinerator, Mace of Terror, Phoenix Helm, Ice Katana, Plasma. Okay, so most of these are the same. And like I said, they do have some that looks like maybe they're reserved, that you're not going to get any other way. So actually, let's go back in there and go back into the cabinet. You can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different weapons. So there are 11 exclusives and then the terrestrial radar. All right, guys. So go in here, check it out. Let me know what you think. Like I said, you want to come in here every 6 hours or as often as you can. Make sure you're collecting your material and producing more. This is going to give you the material that you need to craft from normal craft to exclusive craft. If you don't want to spend any money, you don't have to for the exclusive craft. Allow this to build up until you hit that 50, and then you're going to get one of these items at random. Hopefully you get one that's really useful, that you really want. Otherwise, you might just have to go to the mall and buy it. Other than that, I also wanted to mention, which I almost forgot, is about the auction. So there is an auction. If you come out of here and go into your bank, you can see the auction house. Now, the auction house has a state auction house and a global auction house. And literally what that means is that the only people bidding on this item are in your state, while the global one, anybody in the entire game can bid on these items. So you will see probably some ridiculous prices. However, these are some of the best designs that you can get. These rare designs allow, when you craft it, it's going to be at least rarity level rare or better, which means you definitely have the best odds of getting an exclusive weapon from these rare designs. And you might even be able to get some in here that you can't get otherwise. but expect the numbers to be quite large. As you can see here, there's 9 hours left in the auction, and the bids are already up around 256,000 diamonds. So if you're free to play or a casual player, I don't necessarily think that this is going to help you much, but you can read up on it. This is your bid history, and this is your failed bid history. So if I was to bid on one of these and someone outbids me, you do get those diamonds back. That's important to note. You don't lose those diamonds. It's not like a penny auction where the penny's gone. You do get your diamonds back if you don't win the bid, but if you do win the bid, then you do lose those diamonds, but you get the item. And of course, in the state, the items are a little bit less, but this is just a regular Deathclaw, not a rare Deathclaw design. So it's for Ironclaw exclusively, but of course this can still drop anywhere from common all the way up to Apex, with a 1.5% drop of it being Apex. The rares, I don't know the percentages, but it can be anywhere from rare to Apex. All right. So the only other thing I can say is here's the auction house information. Two things that you definitely need to know. This in red, they have it highlighted for a reason. Expenses of diamond and auction house won't be calculated in diamond spending events. So if you're the type of player that does spend a little bit of money and you save your diamonds for those diamond spend events, and you say, well, I'll just double up and I'll buy something in auction for a really high amount and automatically win the diamond event, no, that's not going to work. The other thing to note is that if you do place a bid near the end, like let's say the last minute, last 10 seconds, and you bid up, it automatically resets the time to 5 minutes. This way there is no sniping. You have to be willing to bet or bid as much as you possibly can for some of these items. And if someone is willing to bid more or can afford to bid more, then you're not going to win that item. So it does reset back to 5 minutes at the end. And I'm not saying there's not some tactics there, because if the person that really wants it isn't online and doesn't get online in that 5 minutes, then you will win the item. So that being said, you can read about it here. This is the auction house, and this is where you're going to get some of those crafting materials, the designs that you might want or need. And this does reset, I think it's every 12 hours, but I could be wrong on that. And it might vary because, like I said, every time at the end, if someone rebids, it resets the clock to 5 minutes. So that last 5 minutes could go on for some time. So check in your auction house. It's inside the bank, okay? And you can see it there. Make sure you're doing your daily deposits. All right, guys. And of course, in Gear Fact, read up on the information, see what you got, see what you can do, and then make sure you're, putting them on the heroes that you use most first, and then work your way down. And then, as you can see here on Obsidian, I do have a rare terrestrial radar, which is pretty cool. I'll boost those up when I get more material. Okay, so another thing about Nanoweapons, let's jump out here. I do want to point out is in Ruins Challenge, you can actually see it launched a new Ruins Challenge for the weapons, and this is the weapons trial. I already did my attempts. I just wanted to show you guys really quick. So only Nanoweapons stats are going to be applicable. And remember, you have to actually have the weapon on a hero for the stats to apply. So just having them in your inventory is not going to activate those stats. But as you do level them up and have them equipped on heroes, then you'll be able to see the stats and how they apply. As you can see, I only have a troop attack, defense, and hit point up 6%. Now, if I can finish some crafting before the end of the day, before this resets in a couple hours, then I'll actually be able to maybe get up and do another couple levels. But right now, I only was able to get to, I think, level 7 it is right here. So that's pretty cool. And also it means that the exchange shop has additional first victory items. So depending upon where you're at, your list is going to look a little bit different, but now the list goes so much further, and we actually can clear 1,300 floors now. That's amazing. And you'll start seeing these nano weapons are droppable up around that 1,100, 1,200 mark. So 1,120 floors, and you'll start getting 2,000 parts. Seems like a long way away, but considering that they just added this, they had to put it somewhere. At least it's in here. And you're going to have to remember that for a lot of these, it's going to boost you up. It's probably going to boost you for the hero challenge. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and see if it did. It didn't affect me, but maybe when I put on another boost, it will. That being said, it should help you in hero challenge. It should help you in weapons trial. And you can see it's now 120 floors for those two. Gear challenge is up to 140 floors. So this is a big update, guys. Chip challenge and ultimate challenge. This is definitely going to help you in ultimate challenge as well. So that's going to help boost up your ruins. You're going to get more coins and be able to get a little bit further. The another thing I wanted to mention is when you actually, I'm sorry, that's me. When you put it on a hero, some of the stats, they only apply when you actually put them on a hero, but some of the stats we're going to have to figure out if it applies just to the march or if it applies all the time. So these are the troop attack, defense, and hit points. Now I'm going to assume that just like the hero stats, the troop skills, you can see here it says takes effect only when the hero joins rally battle, and it means any battle. Okay, sanctuary or whatever. That's when these troop skills actually apply. Because this is hero specific, I'm going to assume that the same applies to the nano weapons, that these only activate when Myers is actually in a march. Now some of the heroes, for instance Eve and Leah, both have economy type skills. Now like the troop size is a good one, so just owning this hero has that effect. So if we were to go back into the nano factory or the gear factory nano weapons and look, you're gonna see where the Leah exclusive, let's go to weapons, not the weapons depot, the cabinet, and look for the Leah exclusive one. I can't remember which one that is. Okay, this is it. So the Apex Ocular Drone, you'll see the exclusive stats are troop defense, troop hit point, and then 2 for troop size. This is going to add at +6. She's going to have an additional 25,000 troops. I'm going to assume that is passive. Owning it and having it equipped on her will give you the troop size boosts. However, I do not think that the troop defense and troop hit point boosts are going to be constantly active. I could be wrong on that. And if you have this equipped, you let me know what you see. But realistically, expect that only the passive ones that are passive in their normal skill are going to be passive. All the other ones, they have to be in the march. So I hope that helps understand a little bit more. But I did want to point out that they were added to ruins. And of course, you can get them by completing certain phases of ruins as well. All right, so the last thing I want to talk about, where else are you going to get those materials? If you had watched my other video, you will see the Alliance Trials, part of the big update they made today. And you will see, not inside the personal rewards, you'll get some weapon enhanced material. And then the Alliance rewards, you'll get some of these boxes, the weapon promoters. You'll get the nano weapon boxes, okay? So actually, I wonder if I have those. I didn't check yet. Let's go look into my bag and see gadgets. And do I have... Oh, look at those nano weapon boxes. I didn't even know I had. All right, so I learn as I go too, guys. But so this is going to drop randomly. Weapon promoters, enhanced materials, or instant craft, or the Desert Magnum design. Awesome. Who's that for? That is for McCarty. Okay, so see, some of the designs you're going to get from different ways, but go ahead and use this. And I got some of that stuff and use it again, and I got the Desert Magnum design. Sweet. So now I have an exclusive item. Didn't cost me anything, and now I'll be able to craft exclusively a gun for McCarty. And then, of course, I got some promotion material, some instant craft material, so forth and so on. I'll go ahead and do that again. All right, so I only got one design, but that's okay. That gives me one shot at it. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. Just remember it's in your gear factory, and it will have the little pink triangle above it when you're able to craft new material. Make sure you come in here and you're doing that. As you can see, I'm actually going to go ahead, and even though I have normal craft going, I'm going to start this craft as well. And this is going to hopefully give me an Apex version, but I've got to wait 12 hours, and it's common. So as you can see, once you start, it does lock it in. I'm going to get a common, 4-star common Desert Magnum. But that's okay. I didn't expect a miracle. That's nice to have anyways, and when I open more of those boxes, hopefully I'll get something great. So that's everything, guys. That's Nanoweapons in a nutshell. But like I said, you will get those the pieces from doing the events, and then of course your ranking will also be able to get you some bonuses. You can see the rank reward right here. You'll get promotion material at least, and that's everything. So good luck, guys. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section below. Feel like I missed anything or made any mistakes, please let me know in the comments down below. It helps everybody out. Like the video if it helps. Subscribe to my channel to keep getting updated on everything puzzles and survival. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.